What is up, everyone? Now, you probably noticed the inactivity how inactive my channels have been. In fact, I think this is day 50 of no videos. And there's a couple of reasons for that, and one of the obvious reasons is burnout for Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is something I've been kind of going through for a while now, but there is one more reason, and I don't know if you haven't guessed what it is yet, and here we are, my very own place. So yeah, this is probably close that. So yeah, this is part of the reason why. Very echoey. This is part of the reason why I've been, uploads have been pretty slow. I've just been busy getting everything ready to move into my own place. But yeah, no more having to wait till no one's not talking to record a video. And I'm trying not to speak too loud because it's very echoey in here. Probably sounds really loud. Maybe less echoey in here. Okay, I just went in the office real quick, although it's still echoey in here. But overall, nice place, and looking forward to making content here. And actually, I might do a 24-hour stream. What's up, everyone? And as you see, we kind of got things a little bit set up. Things still are kind of being moved. I can't really talk for too much, just because I'm still kind of unpacking everything. And the charger for this camera, I don't know which box it was in. I don't remember. So yeah, it's low on battery, and so I can't really talk for long. And so I did mention how I was planning a 24-hour stream, and that still is the plan. This video is probably going to be uploaded on Monday. The stream is probably going to be on Wednesday, most likely. Like Wednesday or Thursday. One of those 2 days. So if you see me streaming on Wednesday or Thursday, it'll say it's a 24-hour stream. But to give a update on some things that's been happening, obviously you saw from earlier in this video, I was moving. You know, I got my own place now. I'm getting everything set up. I'm still getting some things I need. I'm getting a new desk and just some overall new equipment. Getting a new computer. Definitely need to get a new one of those. Hopefully the randomizers will run better. And yes, there is one in the works. I'm working on a Heartgold Nuzlocke. There's also some other things that I'm working on as well. So uploads might be a little inconsistent this week. Then again, during the past 50 days there hasn't been any uploads. That's not really out of the normal. But a lot of it's also I've just been really burnt out. And I have videos like recorded and edited. I've just been so busy and just so exhausted. I just haven't really had much time to really focus on YouTube. But I'm definitely going to be come back full force, or attempt at least at this point. Now a lot of it is burnt out from YouTube a bit, but also burnt out more so from Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's still kind of a thing. Originally I actually had this video where I was going to make like my grand return to Yu-Gi-Oh! Where I was going to be going to locals. You know, it's going to be like a 3-month video to where I was going to compete in the Las Vegas YCS. Obviously that didn't happen. And I just had to sell my Malice. Yeah, that was the deck I had a Malice. I don't remember if I uploaded the unboxing for that, but pretty good unboxing. Might have to upload that. But a lot of it is also just because I've been playing another card game and I've been more kind of focused on that as opposed to Yu-Gi-Oh! My one biggest problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! And the reason why I'm getting so burnt out is just it's getting hard to play the game. And more in the sense that I like building the decks, you know, I hop onto Master Duel, I'd say every week. But my favorite way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Is with physical cards. I'm not really a big fan of like digital cards or Master Duel or stuff like that. I'd much rather be in person playing physical cards. Yeah, you can't really play Yu-Gi-Oh! Much anymore. And a lot of it is just because of kind of the player base, I'd say, in a way. Now, obviously, you can't really fault anyone for playing like a meta deck or anything like that, you know. If they want to play meta, they can play meta. But on the other side, I do notice that for those who want to play more casually, that it kind of ends up turning into a slaughter. Because actually, I went to my locals last week, and the deck I took was, you're probably gonna laugh, Qliphorts. Why did I play Qliphorts? Just because I wanted to. There was really no other reason, just because I wanted to. I didn't even have a side. And I still managed to get a win somehow. I almost got 2 wins. And sometimes you can have, you know, those fun, you know, duels. But, you know, oftentimes you run into a lot of competitive players. And in fact, actually at that same tournament, there was actually someone who was getting frustrated just because he was tired of going against Malice. And that's sort of one of the things where I'm not really quite fond of modern Yu-Gi-Oh! As in just like, unless you have like your own kind of friend group where you all play casual or something like that. If you don't have that, then playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Casually just isn't much of an option. Because you think if you're going to locals, it's going to be more like lower tier decks, maybe players who aren't quite as skilled, where it's the opposite, where you got players who treat it like a YCS. Which I don't personally agree with that. And that's just me, just because it kind of ruins the fun for everyone. Because for me, locals is kind of like a place where you can just go to have fun. It's not quite as serious, and you will see decks that aren't quite as serious or that are maybe lower on the power level. But a lot of times it ends up just being the elites kind of destroying the casuals. Doesn't really encourage new players. And it's not really, like, I'd say the game itself is in a pretty good spot. You know, Malice and Raziel, I'd say in all things considered, neither are really unfair decks. There's not really like a lot of unfair cards. But there's just no real good avenue to play, you know, casual Yu-Gi-Oh!, at least for me. Like, I have friends who do play Yu-Gi-Oh!, but that's a very small number. And most of them don't really play it physically. So I kind of been playing another card game, and that is Weiss Schwarz. And that's sort of been like the trading card game that I've kind of switched to. Now I will say Weiss isn't as popular as Yu-Gi-Oh!, so you don't have that big community like Yu-Gi-Oh does, but Wise has its kind of smaller community, but the way the game is designed, it's balanced pretty well. Like, honestly, you could take a deck that you just thrown together and win with it. It's gonna be a bit of an uphill battle, but yeah, and I've just been having a lot of fun with that. And I'll probably make a video more dedicated to why I'm playing Wise, since the mechanics and all that, and to why I'm liking it more than Yu-Gi-Oh right now. That's not saying that I've completely hopped off Yu-Gi-Oh. I still enjoy playing the game. You know, I still play on Master Duel. It's just playing casually, there's just not really a lot of good avenues. And that burnout has kind of affected YouTube a bit. Granted, I still will be making deck profiles, you know, that's not going away. I'll still be making Yu-Gi-Oh content. I might sprinkle in a little bit of Weiss here and there, maybe some other things. But if you want to watch, for example, me just playing video games, then I have a video game channel. The quality probably isn't quite as high as this channel, but it's there. Honestly, I've been more inactive over there because I haven't uploaded a video since December. Again, just been really busy, really backed up. And I got lots of videos already recorded, and some of it edited, some of it not. But yeah, that's going to be it for this sort of update video. And I'm pretty excited for the 24-hour stream attempt. Kind of. Figure out the details later. But y'all have an awesome day. Have fun, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye.